Coulson had already appeared on the show as a minor reoccurring character, but since he didn't originate from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he doesn't really count. No, the characters that appear in this particular episode are Fitz and Simmons. Fitz and Simmons! Animated! How cool is that? I didn't get a chance to watch it when it originally aired. My family didn't get Disney XD, so I finally watched it for this video, and it was a little underwhelming. I don't know, I just thought that they would be in it more, but what we did get was nice to see. They're very much based on their season 1 versions, both in design and personality, meaning they're a lot more of their lighthearted, goofy, pre-immense trauma selves, which makes sense for a kids show.
Today we've got some upgrades that will certainly blow you away.
Not literally, we hope.
Oh, yes, you will be figuratively blown away.
Also, they actually managed to get Fitz's hair right, which is surprisingly rare. So for what we do see of them, I think they were characterized well, and I do just enjoy getting to see them in animation at all. I don't think the episode itself merits going into much detail. It's some pretty run-of-the-mill stuff, though we do get to see Fitz and Simmons transformed into lizards. Cool! I just think it's a notable thing to call out for giving these two characters broader reach and recognition. Finally, let's talk about something that I completely missed in the last video. The existence of 3 different S.H.I.E.L.D. related web series. I would love to say that I did that for some important narrative reason, but no, I just forgot. But can you really blame me? I don't think many people are exactly tripping over themselves to rewatch Marvel's Double Agent, if they even know what that is. But these videos are supposed to be at least somewhat comprehensive, so we're gonna travel back in time a bit. The first S.H.I.E.L.D. web series that was released shares a name with the companion book series, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Declassify. They must have really liked that branding. Declassified was essentially a behind-the-scenes companion and recap series. Every Monday before the next episode of the show, ABC would release an episode of Declassified to recap the previous episode, so fans of the show would be caught up. Along with the recap, host Brett Ehrlich would have segments with cast and crew from the show, usually just comedic bits, but at times more interview-like. While most of the episodes were also uploaded on ABC's YouTube channel, the main landing page for them was a website specifically dedicated to the show. You can only view the website through the Internet Archive now, but it's an interesting snapshot of this era of television, where it was a lot more common for shows to have websites dedicated to them. This website and Declassified itself were, of course, mainly geared toward increasing fan engagement. There was a weekly poll fans were encouraged to vote on, and the results were shared in the web series itself. There were also pages that showed off social media posts about the show, so yeah, the whole effort was a push to create/strengthen an online fan community for the show. The series itself? It's something. Most of the episodes involve some kind of skit that relates to or directly acts out part of the episode, which range from really dumb.
Then suddenly, another incident occurs, this time to a student named Donnie. But our team leaps into action. Look at him peel all that ice off there.
To actually interesting and creative. One episode is animated to look like a video game, pixel art, and everything, and another one uses an actual pop-up storybook for its recap, and they both look cool. Someone took the time to make this look good. And the couple of extended episodes that were released with full cast and crew interviews are genuinely interesting. This first one that features Chloe Bennett, Elizabeth Henstridge, and Ian DeCasteker shows one of the first glimpses of how the cast has started to fall into this family dynamic.
Here's the thing, it's all very well being funny and kooky and drawing unicorns, okay? I actually really enjoy drawing.
Ian cheated.
Okay, and I couldn't help but turn around at one point and see that.
Everyone's instinct was to cheat, but I think we all tempered it.
We all
quite
had
well.
fun, but I'm actually staying around here to finish this.
And it's smart to try to find creative ways to promote the show. But it is very goofy, which works sometimes, and then other times, I just think, yeah, I can understand why no one really talks about this anymore.
I walk toward
And he walks away.
I'm not who you thought I was.
I never thought that he turned out to be.
Totally had you fooled. Sucker.
An evil Hydra jerk face. An evil.
And that tone also goes with the show a lot better in its earlier episodes when it was generally more lighthearted. But once the show gets a bit darker, those tones don't really mesh well, which isn't the worst thing, but it is noticeable. And unfortunately, I can't really tell how much fan engagement it actually brought because a lot of that information isn't accessible anymore. Some of the original website is archived, but there's a lot missing. The episodes that are on YouTube have very few comments, and there's a pretty big drop off in views after the first few episodes. A lot of them are also really poor quality, but at least they're there. A chunk of the later episodes are just gone. I had to track them down on Vimeo of all places. Vimeo. Shout out to the guy who pointed me in that direction, by the way. When I started working on this section, I just thought that I wouldn't be able to see those episodes, that they were just gone forever. And they almost were. If this random person hadn't uploaded them on Vimeo, would they have just been gone forever? I mean, someone else could have uploaded them somewhere I don't know about, but still. We're relying on random people on the internet to maintain this little piece of our show's history. These episodes were close to becoming lost media, and even if I don't think this web series was anything particularly special, that's still sad to me. Someone put effort into this. That deserves to be preserved. It's kind of scary that any piece of media can completely disappear if the company that owns it no longer cares enough to keep it up. I wonder if there's anything we've already lost that we don't even know about. Anyways, Marvel's Double Agent is a web series where the lines between fiction and reality are blurred, and Stan Lee has an evil twin. I'm not even joking. This series came out during season 2 and was yet another way to get fans to interact with the show, but was a more dramatized format than Declassified. The premise is that this mastermind guy has sent in a double agent to infiltrate the S.H.I.E.L.D. set and uncover secrets from future episodes. We get glimpses at soon-to-be-used props, blueprints, scripts. Honestly, it is a pretty fun way to give the fans a sneak peek of what's to come. It also partially serves as a behind-the-scenes look into the show, albeit not an organic one. For different episodes, the double agent guy goes into the costume department, the props department, etc., and meets members of the crew in those departments. By the time I was in the fandom, the crew would interact with the fans sometimes just as much, if not more, than the cast, so it's nice to see them getting some of the spotlight already here. Each week, fans could also guess where the double agent would go next for a chance to be entered into a sweepstakes where they could win actual items from the set. Like, the Diviner pedestal? I'm so jealous. Could you just imagine having that in your living room as like an end table or something? That would be so cool. Once again, this web series is pretty fun and a bit silly.
This guy can save Lincoln. I saw her do it.
Wait, you've seen it?
No. Chloe, okay, let's try and let's do this one more time. Let's try and add a little hopefulness in the middle of it.
And some indignation at the end.
I like that. So a little bit of hopefulness.
And indignation. Yes.
Wait, you've seen it?
The mastermind turns out to be Stanley's evil twin? Clone? I guess?
Sweet. Stan? Don't call me that. I'm his evil clone, Lance Steve. Hold on, what? Nuff said.
And we get this weird overlapping between the fiction of the show and the real world, which we sometimes see in promotional material. Like, the cast members will be in this role where they aren't exactly playing their characters, but they aren't fully themselves either. Here, Clark Gregg is Clark Gregg, but he's also the head of Marvel Security, which is also sort of S.H.I.E.L.D. who is protecting the secrets of this fictional show about a fictional shield. Brett Dalton is playing himself, but he's evil like Ward and says "Hail Hydra" to the double agent guy. And the fridge exists?
So glad we could have this little chat. Take them all to the fridge.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You stopped the upload. No harm, no foul, right?
Sorry, Alex. I'm afraid it doesn't really work like that.
And did you say the fridge? That's not actually a real place, is it?
He doesn't think the fridge is a real place. You should never mess with Marvel.
So I'm forced to conclude that in the continuity of this web series, S.H.I.E.L.D. exists both as a real organization that Clark Gregg and presumably other cast members are a part of, and as a fictional entity that they play agents of. Am I thinking too hard about this? Absolutely. Out of all of this style of sponsored web series that they did, though, the one that I actually do remember is the third and final, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy. The premise of this one is that 3 super fans basically have to go through a trial to see if they're fit to join S.H.I.E.L.D., meaning be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent on the show. I could have sworn I remembered this being more like a competition show, or at least something where the fans got to do the trials together, but no. Each person has one challenge specifically for them, and that's it. They don't even interact until the last episode, so each one feels very segmented rather than any sort of story like the last series. And the challenges themselves are, really something. The first contestant, if you can call them that, Noelle, has the SciTech challenge, which basically means she has to do math problems. No, really, they make her do timed math, which, I mean, I couldn't do, but still, riveting stuff. But wait, there's a twist. The code she gets isn't in the right order, so she has to use her superior fan knowledge to figure out what order to put these numbers in. Only a super fan could figure this out. The second episode's challenge is kinda bullshit. This guy, Frank, has to jump out of a plane and land in this designated landing zone. But wait! He has to answer S.H.I.E.L.D. trivia or the landing zone will get smaller.
True or false? Hydra funded Will's distant Star Pathfinder mission with the purpose of bringing the creature back through the portal.
Wow! Only a super fan could answer that! To this guy's credit,